good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time of day you're choosing to watch this video. Thank you for being here. I'm Jacob Avillion. I'm joined, as always, of course, by the sexiest co-host in the game, Brayden McClellan. We were not here last week. We could not find the
Oh,
time. Life gets in the way sometimes. We're pretty good about doing this every week, though. So I feel like it's been a long while since we've had to skip a week. So, uh,
it has, yeah.
yeah,
It's been a minute.
yeah, it's been months. So uh, it happens. But we're back. We're happy to be back. We got some cool stuff on the docket today. So, but before we get into any of that, Brandon, I need to know how you're doing. I need to know how's it hanging. How's it going?
I've been tired, but I've been tired. I've been taking these allergy medications that I got prescribed from my doctor because I had this huge rash.
Mm.
It started on my genitals,
Well, that's a great place for it to be.
which was a scary place for it to be. It was it very much disturbed things down there. Um, and then that went away, but it's worked its way up across my whole stomach.
Oh,
So I
down
finally
like
went
a
into the
trail.
doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole stomach. It just grew. It kept growing and growing, and I was like, all right,
Mm.
time to go to the doctor.
No
I got a
thanks.
steroid shot in my ass,
Yes, sir.
and then I've been prescribed pills. I've just been really tired taking these pills.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a journey I've been on that I can now rest from. That we both can rest from.
Mm. Yeah, let's pat
Uh,
ourselves in the back. We did it, man.
we did it. The Nuzlocke is over.
Mm.
The journey is over. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Recap videos, plural, on the way.
Plural.
Plural. One of them a little more fun, a little more unique approach, and the other one, your
In the style of
traditional
the last one.
style Nuzlocke, which is gonna be a long video.
Yeah.
I recorded an hour and a half of footage. Now I stutter and I had to repeat certain lines because I realized I didn't have the effect there. Or as I'm reading the script, I'm like, what did I read? What the fuck did I write? Or I realized I missed some information that I then added in at the moment. But anyways, so it won't be an hour and a half, but I think it'll be hour plus. I think I got a lot to say.
Good shit.
Because I think the red one was 50 minutes. I think it was
Something like that. Yeah.
it was a long video already. So this one will be probably a little bit longer, and I've just got some new ideas for it that I'm excited to add in there. Some new flares, but look forward to that. Look forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then let's see. I think the biggest thing is because I've been working overtime at work because I don't know how much the Switch 2 is going to wind up. It's probably going to end up. It probably will still stay the 450, but who knows with prices anymore? We'll see how things go. But no matter what, I'm getting that fucking thing. So I'm working overtime. I'm getting that fucking thing. I'm trying to get. I want to get all the accessories for it too, and then just take a day or two off work. Give myself a 4-day weekend and just do nothing but unbox it, stream a whole bunch of stuff from it,
Yep.
have a good time with the Switch 2.
Awesome.
Which the direct itself was a fucking damn near perfect direct. Mario Kart World looks fucking awesome. The Donkey Kong game looks amazing. They're getting an exclusive FromSoft game for the Switch 2,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Although it sounds like it's gonna not be a traditional
It's
FromSoft game. It's gonna be a
multiplayer, I think,
multiplayer,
exclusively.
which I'm not the biggest fan of. I would have preferred a normal style, but
Especially
because I prefer
considering
single player games.
this is a Bloodborne spiritual successor. To
Yeah.
not make it a single player story driven. Jesus Christ, the cats are rambunctious right now. Yeah, I see why some people are the feathers are a bit ruffled about this being a multiplayer exclusive. Also
Yeah,
a Switch
but to be
exclusive. But
I mean, the Switch exclusive for me, that's fucking awesome. That's cool.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a weird. I think it's a weird decision, but at the same time, while it's a spiritual successor, it is technically it's a new
yeah, it's a new
IP. So
Well,
you
Sony
kind of
owns
get to
the
do
rights
whatever.
to Bloodborne, so yeah.
Yeah, but it just being hey, we're trying something new, so we are gonna use a new IP for it to let it be its own thing, and we'll get since we still want you to play it, there'll be elements of stuff you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. GameCube games on the Switch 2 is going to be a lot of fun to play. Pokemon Coliseum and what was the other one? XD. I forgot whatever the full name was, but I'll
XD
probably play
Ghost
those on
Adventures.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but I'm pretty excited for the Switch 2 still. The pricings of stuff, the $80. There's been a lot of like some misinformation going around about $90 and stuff like that, but $80 for Mario Kart World is insane. I don't know if that's baking in tariffs or what that is because they just jumped to 70. Now it's already jumping to 80, which is crazy. But it's Nintendo, so I'm pretty sure down the line the games will come down in
Oh, they
price.
always do with Nintendo, you know. Yeah, nah,
That's
they don't have 6-year-old games still $60 on the fucking Switch eShop.
Yeah. I mean, I literally was at Target and I walked by the Nintendo section. I was like, let me just glance over because I just want to. I know this is the case, but I just want to see.
I just need to be
And like,
reminded
yeah,
of this
Breath
bullshit.
of the Wild, the 2017 March 3rd launch title, still full price.
The sequel is out. The
The sequel
sequel's
was
been
right
out
next to it.
for 2 years.
Sequel was right next to it. Yeah. But
They're
yeah,
the
the
only
pricing's gonna.
only company that doesn't do that.
I know.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Well, I think I saw Call of Duty fans complaining that their games are also still full price.
The solution is to just stop buying Call of Duty games. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Which I mean, I don't know. I don't get the Call of Duty hype.
Not a fan.
Like I said, I just prefer. I mean, I prefer single player games.
Certainly.
Just. I'm trying to think of anything else. Um, Although I will say the 450 for the Switch 2, I think is fair. I thought 400 is what it was going to be, but 450 with everything that got announced and shown off, I was like, you know what, 450 is fair.
For a new console, it's
80,
not ridiculous.
that's a different conversation. But 450 for a nice handheld Switch, it's going to look great in handheld. Go up to 4K on TV mode. All the connect, like the social features, honestly looked really cool. I probably won't use them too much, but they still looked really cool. I thought that was nice, and then 256 gigabytes storage. I was like, I don't know. Everything they showed off, I was like, 450 is a fair price. That's totally fine. $80 for a game that's insane. Yeah. Although it's weird because the Donkey Kong game, like the main line, the one that they ended the Switch Direct with, it's like they're going to be pushing hard. That one's still 70. So I don't know what's going on with Mario Kart. Somebody was saying they're like the only way this would make any sense is like if DLC like the DLC stuff we got for 8 and Deluxe is they're gonna do like that long content drops for the Mario Kart World, but without DLC. I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense, but
Maybe.
I would rather have that option.
Or it's because they know people are going to pay $80 for Mario Kart. That could also just be the case.
Or since it's bundled in for essentially $50, they're pushing you towards that, but that doesn't make I don't know.
We'll see.
And then again, this wouldn't even be as bad if they ever dropped the price of their games down the line. Because it's not like an early adopters fee. It's not like an early adopters tax for their games. It's like, no, that's just adoption, period. Like, all right, fine. Like, all right, you got me. I'm a little Nintendo slut. I'm going to buy everything as soon as I can. But then there's people who are like, yeah, I'll get around to it when the price comes down. And they're never going to get around to it because the price is never coming down. But yeah, let's just let me do this little girl boss affirmation and throw it over. From the great Yoko Ono.
Shout out.
The opposite of love is fear, not hate. Feels situational. I don't know.
I don't know about opposite, but I do think fear is often what's most in the way of love, and I do think fear is most antithetical to love. But in terms of like literal opposites, no, it's definitely hate. But in terms of the biggest obstacle between you and love, it is probably fear more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if in that sense, yeah, I think she's correct, and that's it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, but how you doing?
I got some things to catch the folks up on. So I turned 22 a couple weekends ago. Um, it was the night of the 5th, so the day before my birthday. I was at a party with some friends. I did some pregame and had a lot to drink. I poured myself the rest of my whiskey that I had, and then my friend came over and he brought some blackberry moonshine, and him and I finished the jar, and then I had more whiskey, and then I had some Bacardi, and then I had two solo cups full of jungle juice when I got to the party in the span of like 5 minutes. So your boy was little hammered, um, and then I had about 30 minutes or so where I was having a great time, and then I felt a little sick.
Ooh.
And then I started going,
Ooh.
trying to hold it back. There are slight gaps in my memory. I don't remember going to sit down on the ground. I just remember being up against the pole and then sitting down. Um, and at some point while I was sitting down, I had to lean over and throw it up. I was actually wearing the pants I'm wearing right now that night. I remember. Um, and then I threw it up, and my friends were, of course, they were close, and then one of them goes, it was a matter of when and not if, and I'm looking up, between vomits, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, John, and then I got up. They helped me walk over somewhere else. Had to lean on a tree for some support. Got a few splinters just from doing that.
God damn.
And then I had to throw up again. So my friend Nate was like, Jacob, just get down on all fours. And I'm like, okay. So I'm down on all fours. Plumber's crack is out. I feel the breeze and everything. I know. I know.
It might not be just a breeze.
No, it was just a breeze. I didn't shit myself. I think I came
Oh,
close
no.
though.
I was just
Oh,
thinking, like, guy tells you to get on all fours.
okay. Nah. There was a breeze. Plumber's crack was definitely out, but that's okay. We had bigger fish to fry. So I'm throwing up again. It hits midnight while I'm throwing up the second time. My friend
Ding
starts singing
dong.
happy birthday while I'm on all fours throwing up, and nobody had any sense to record it. But I was on all fours
That's how you know it was for
vomiting.
the love of the
Oh,
game, dude.
pure
That was
love of
for
the
the
game.
moment.
What only thing we got out of that night was my friend John taking a picture of me while I was up against the tree. I thought this was a pole, like a just a fucking post or whatever. While I was drunk, I didn't know it was a tree till the next day, and I saw the picture. There was one other picture of me from that night. It was during the pregame where I took some extra virgin olive oil out of John's pantry, and I grabbed his marker and I crossed out the extra virgin, and I posed with the olive oil that I had just defiled, and yeah, that's it. So the two pictures the whole night. No video of me vomiting while they were singing "Happy Birthday." Just pure love of the game. I have good friends, uh, but then I sat on this rock for a bit. I got more bug bites on my arms than there were atoms in the observable universe. There were probably ants nearby or something. They were probably not happy with where I was sitting. I didn't feel any of them until the next day, and I was fucking covered in them. Um, but they also bought me McDonald that night, so I definitely felt better once I had some
McDonald.
McDonald in my system. It felt much better. So I ended up, for the first time ever, at a hang with these two friends. I have not been able to drive home that night. I was too drunk. I had to go crash on my friend's futon. Every other time, I've sobered up by the end of the evening and I can go home. I could not this day. I had to just crash at my friend's place. So yeah, there was that, and then I came up with this idea, but something at work just was announced yesterday that may squander this idea. So as you know, I work
Mhm.
every other Friday. I get every other
Right.
Friday off. Um, it lined up really cool actually because I had last Friday off. This Friday is Good Friday, so I have it off because it's a holiday. And then next week I was supposed to have Friday off again because this was a working Friday week technically. So next week I would have 3 straight Fridays off. My boss came yesterday in our meeting that we have every morning, and he said, "Company wants us all here on the off Fridays to try to close this gap." And see, this is a problem for two reasons. One, because I like my
That,
3 day weekends. So
Is
it's
that
mandatory.
overtime pay?
Yeah, well, yeah. You get paid overtime, but it's mandatory overtime. You have to come in
Right.
on those Fridays. And you have to come in for the full 9 hours. So, assuming as long as you have work to do, of course. If you have nothing to do, they're not going to make you come in. But if you have work to do, you got to come in, and you better get your shit done that day. So I like working overtime when I do work it because it's quiet. There's like 4 people up there. If the entire company's gonna be at work that day, it's just a regular work day. That shit sucks. That's annoying. That's lame. Like I don't know. It's noisy. I don't like it. But so plus I like my 3 day weekends. But another issue there. Um, I had this brilliant idea today that I realized I can no longer do unless I can get out of working that Friday, and that is my plan was to live stream again, which I'm going to do regardless. Live streaming during the first round of the draft. My plan was to take a shot every time I got a pick right, up to an extent. Because if
Oh,
I get like 10 plus, I'm not going to keep pounding. Like, shut up, Panthers. Um,
you should start that after like the I don't know after
well,
the after the Raiders
the
pick.
first 3 picks are a slam dunk is my thing. So I'm like, I don't know. It's but the draft kind of starts after those first 3 picks, so I'll take the first 3 shots and then just keep going and see what. Because I'm really not tapped into much to what other teams like. The local media everywhere. I don't know what every team's doing. Like, yeah, Tennessee's taking Cam Ward. That's pretty obvious. I think it's pretty clear at this point that Cleveland's taking Travis Hunter, and the Giants are probably taking Abdul Carter. After that, I don't have a fucking clue. I don't know nothing. There's gonna be some picks where it's like if a player's still available and they get to a team where the fit's perfect, it's like okay, yeah, they're probably taking this guy, but I don't know that, So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I think either way, I can't. I don't want to go to work hungover, so I don't know. I might still do it and then cut myself off after like 5 or 6 or something, just so I know I won't be hungover the next day. But yeah, yeah, that's is what it is. Or I might just call out. I might just let them know, hey, I got plans this day already. Like I don't want to sacrifice my plan because the policy just changed. I'll be there every other Friday. I want to be there this Friday. I got plans, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to get that handled. And if I do get that handled, uh, that will be the plan. Live streaming and then taking a shot every time I get a pick right, and that includes the first 3 picks. So I'll just stop whenever I hit like 8 or whenever the draft ends, whichever comes first. But I don't know. I'll find a number and I'll go there. But I might take like if I get close, I might take half a shot. If I
Yeah,
go a
just start
while
scaling
without if
back
I
as
go
you
a
go.
while without getting one right, you know what I mean? And if I'm like I guess a wide receiver and it's a different wide receiver, I might take half a shot. Um, or like if I guess a tackle, it's a different tackle. Or if I guess a whatever. If I guess a position right, maybe I'll take half a shot. I don't know. Figure something out. But if I
Take a
go
little sip.
a while without getting one right, I might adjust on the fly there. But ideally, my ball knowledge shines through, and I just get every pick right. And then after the first 8 picks,
And die.
after the first 8 picks, I can put the bottle down because 32 shots would kill me, uh, probably more than likely. So just gonna call it after I've had enough. But yeah, um, damn, yeah, yeah. There's that. What else? What else I got going on? Oh, I guess I might be going to a concert tomorrow. I don't know. My
You should have
friends.
saved that one for the end. That would have been perfect
Oh well,
segue.
it's not somebody I know. It's just like my friend said his friend might be dragging him, and he's like, "And if I end up going, do you want to come with me?"
No,
And
I
I'm
mean
like,
like you should have kept your draft talk like idea
"Oh,
for the end. It would have been the perfect segue into the.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, fair. Okay. Well, hey, so let's double back real quick. So reminder, I'm gonna be doing a live stream on draft night, and I will probably be taking shots during that live stream. And speaking of speaking of the drafts, right? We've only done one mock so far, and you know how we
Right.
do it. We do odds, we do evens. We got to do at least one more. We got to switch it up. So today, Brayden, my friend, you've got the odds and I've got the
Right.
evens, and
I've got,
we're gonna have some fun. I'm assuming
got
no
your team by
trades,
the
probably like
balls.
last time. Probably no trades.
Nah, no trades.
No, we can discuss maybe possible trades that could happen with a pick, but we won't be making any today. Um, I've already got it set up. I've already clicked on all. I've got just the
Yeah, I'm
first
already
round.
here.
I'm gonna hit enter on this bitch. Um, this is more of a predictive mock rather than what we would do mock. Not that they would necessarily differ a ridiculous amount, to my
Well,
knowledge.
I don't know. I don't know enough about predictions, so this is going to be more of what I think
Okay,
they should do.
fair enough. I'm gonna go ahead and start here. So, what's Tennessee doing?
I would like to. I mean, I would like to make this a more of like, hey, let's see something different
Mm-hmm.
mock instead of the chalk. But we'll just go with Cam Ward.
There's chalk, and then there's like this is simply going to happen, and this is a case of probably this is just simply going to happen. So,
You never know.
I I know I have a pretty strong belief.
Walter Nolan, #1 overall.
That's Knoxville native Walter Nolan right there. Speaking of, Nico Iamaleava is not very bright, but we can
Dude,
maybe talk about
we
that.
could just ban the name Nico from this fucking
You know what?
this
No
pod.
more Nico 2025. Fuck everybody named Nico. These two have done
Ni-
irreparable damage. to
Nico
the-
Collins is doing everything
You
he
know-
can to hold the name down.
I'm just gonna start calling him Baby Julio. I don't even have to call him Nico.
That's just Collins.
Yeah, that's NC. I don't know who Nico is. That's I don't know. It's somebody else. I'm gonna take Travis Hunter here. That's what I think Cleveland's gonna do. And honestly, it's an interesting. It's weird because I mean it says Cleveland needs a corner. I don't think that's true. Frankly, you've got Denzel Ward, you've got Greg Newsome, you've got Martin Emerson. That's not that. There's worse trios in the league than that. I don't think Travis has to come in and play like instant impact corner for them. I think they could maybe try to ease him into it as a corner and just have him play like predominantly wide receiver, which is definitely what they need more. Which is I think is if he has to, he's gonna have to start playing one more than the other at first, just because NFL playbooks are ridiculous. And I think he does have a slight lean towards receiver. So I think I don't know, at least in terms of contract.
That's become more popular. I feel like when everything started off talking about Travis Hunter, it was everybody was leaning corner, and now all of a sudden, I feel like way more people have been leaning wide
I
receiver.
still am. I just think it's very team dependent. Of like if he goes to, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these teams up at the top here would probably prefer him at receiver, but I don't know. Yeah, Cleveland's definitely one of them. So I'm gonna take Travis Hunter here.
Okay, #3. So, who did the Giants sign at quarterback in free agency? They got Russ, right? And then
They got Russ and they got Jameis.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Neither of those would prevent me from drafting a quarterback here if the Giants liked anybody. But the question becomes: is do they want to be bad 1 year and try to get another Manning?
I don't think they can afford being bad 1 year.
The GM and head coach can, but ownership might.
Yeah, ownership can. Well,
Might be like, no, don't draft a
is
quarterback because
Shador
we're
worth
getting that
drafting
Manning
third
boy.
overall? No, he's not. I don't think so personally, but
In today's quarterback world,
no.
he might be.
I mean, that's up to you. This is your pick, but
If if I'm them, if I was them in this exact
yeah,
situation, I wouldn't.
In the GM chair. Which
Well, if I'm the GM 1 year or you're done, like this is your last year, I draft somebody else. But if I'm a GM with multiple year security, I'm like, you know what? Just keep taking shots at quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Let's just keep doing that.
Yeah.
So, what GM do I want to be? What GM do I want to be?
That's a good question.
Do you say sorry for letting Saquon go and get Ashton Genty?
I think Tyrone is plenty good enough for you to worry about.
Yeah, he's fine.
He was really good this year.
Yeah, I had him in fantasy. He was all right.
He's only played running back for like 3 years too. I mean, it's good.
All right, Shador Sanders, #3 overall.
Word. Locked it.
Lock it in.
All right. I don't think Shador goes top 10. Personally, I don't think. Obviously, this is like you said. This is more what you would do. But I think what will actually happen. I don't know that he's like once he gets past the Giants. I don't know who's taking him. I don't think
I've
the
heard that.
Jets
I've
do
heard that a
that.
lot. I've heard people say like, "Oh shit,
It's
he
like,
could go all the way
where's
down to
the
like the
next?
Steelers."
And that's where I think he ultimately goes because I don't think they're gonna wait around for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision. He's like he does his bullshit
No, dude, he
fucking gimmick every offseason where he's like, I don't know, I may not come back this year. Like
he's
I don't
gonna
think he's
sign right
happening with
before the
that shit.
draft,
Well, see, and if he
and I
does,
mean minutes.
if he signs like day of, then obviously that even if he signs after the 20th pick is announced, that changes things, right? I don't know that it necessarily prevents you, but it certainly significantly decreases the odds. If Aaron Rodgers is not signed by April 24th, go ahead and take Shador at 21st overall. That's fine. It's perfectly fine range to take Shador, but looking at New England at number 4 here. I think I think they're just gonna go. I think they're gonna go Will Campbell here. That's what I think is gonna happen. Well, fuck no. Abdul Carter's on the board. I'm taking Abdul Carter. Fuck what
Yeah.
you heard about. I know. I think that's what we did last time too. But like, I'm not taking somebody else over Abdul Carter if Travis Hunter's gone. So, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Um, I think. Josh Allen and Trevon Walker. Put Mason Graham in the middle. Let's just keep boosting up a defensive line.
Yeah, I do hear. What do you call it? I know I have a friend who wants Mason Graham. There's a few Jags fans that do want him. There's a few Jags fans that really don't want him. Mason Graham's a bit polarizing, I think. But I think this is very much what could actually happen at this spot too. I think this is very. Speaking of what could actually happen, Ashton Genty at 6 injected into my fucking veins. It's happening. Um, Send that man to the Raiders. That's gonna be such a fun offense. So yeah, not gonna think too much about that one. Go ahead and slap an Ashton Genty there and call it a day.
Okay, Jets. Justin Fields playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Brees Hall. Garrett Wilson. Sounds fun to watch.
I think so.
Um, what offensive lineman do you think matches what the Jets need the most? Because if I'm them, that's probably where I'm targeting.
I don't because your starting left tackle, of course, is going to be fashion new this year. You might need a right tackle. This could be Membu. Wouldn't shock me. Maybe they probably don't need Will Campbell as much, assuming they're gonna like if he's not gonna start at left tackle. You already have Fashanu. I don't know if they'd want to move him inside. They're pretty good inside right now.
I mean, I hear a lot of people projecting Will Campbell as a guard.
Yeah, it's arm length.
He got
and then
little
also
stubby
the
arms.
foot speed too. His arms are honestly not as short as you'd think. They're like almost in the threshold. It's like 33 something, and the threshold's usually like 34 for most teams. I think the foot speed is what concerns a lot of people too with Will Campbell. Membu, obviously, freakazoid athlete. We're talking like Tristan Wirfs numbers in terms of athleticism. So
Ooh.
Membu probably just because he already plays right tackle. This is probably your right tackle of the future if they take Membu here. Certainly possible. Ted McMillan too. If you want to play Garrett Wilson at the Z, Ted at the X, and just give Justin Fields make it impossible for him to.
Give me Membu.
Yeah. Membu's a
Turn something that's been holding that team back for a couple of years now into a strength.
It's definitely getting better, but yeah, this would be the complete this is the missing piece. I was fully prepared to take Jalen Walker here because it's what I think they'll actually do. Ted McMillan is still here at 8th overall, though. I'm just gonna lock that shit in, not think twice about it, because you get Bryce Young another weapon. Have fun with it.
Now, wouldn't it be fun? This is where somebody like genuinely super reached on a quarterback.
It's more likely for the Saints that they would reach on some day 2 edge rusher with great athletic traits, but yeah, I mean it'd be fun if Jalen Milroe went here. I've heard he could go to Pittsburgh, they like him that much. That's why he was invited to the draft. If Shadur's gone by pick 21, I've heard Pittsburgh like it's a possibility at least they could kick the tires on Milrow at
I
10.
think I think of all teams, I think Saints are the team I've kept up with the least.
I don't think they would be the type because like Derek Carr, just like his shoulder might keep him out this whole season. I think this is especially with a new head coach. This is a team that's probably prepared to fail this year and take Arch Manning or whoever else. Especially Arch would be perfect because he's from Louisiana. It's where he played his high school ball. Like,
Who's the biggest project you think could go this high?
I don't know about project necessarily, but if you're talking about like the Saints type of guy, you're staring down the barrel of like, let me go to edge here. You're probably looking at like Shamar Stewart or Michael Williams if you're looking at like the type of guy the Saints typically take here. Like that's the Mickey Loomis special.
Give me Michael Williams.
Yeah, something tells me that would be the kind of guy they would like. They would take him over Shamar, even though I think Shamar's better. I think the Saints are the better team.
I didn't want to send him to the Saints.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. I'm gonna do something silly here. I think if Genty was on
Okay.
the board, he'd be the pick. Now that Genty's not on the board, I think this is the early. Like, if we do see Genty go 6th overall, or just anywhere in the top 9, I don't think it's ridiculous to say Amari and Hampton can go 10th overall, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's have some fun.
Wow. Okay. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people thought Gibbs was a bit of a reach when the Lions took him,
thinking here.
and now it's
It
like,
turned out perfectly fine. And that was a
yeah,
much better draft class than this one. This draft class kind of stinks. So,
let's have the Niners take Will Campbell.
yeah, I think that we did. I think we did the same thing last time, too, if I'm not mistaken. He made it.
I mean, probably he's the best player available. Also, I mean, the needs guard and tackle for the Niners are listed here. You could put him. You have a little more idea of like if he doesn't work at tackle,
Yeah.
then we can shove him in, but we can let him try at tackle.
They'll have a spot for him. Like I think the floor for Will Campbell, like he could easily go 4th overall. And I think he just might if Abdul Carter goes 3rd and Shador does slip. Well, I don't even think it's a slip. I think it's just where Shador like the league sees him. I don't think they see him this high. But if you're looking at like, yeah, Abdul 3rd overall, I do think Will Campbell just might go 4th. But I think this is the last. Like, if he makes it past San Francisco, I'd be pretty surprised because they could just slot him in anywhere because they just need O line help in general. Dallas, okay, I will let you weigh in here just in terms of like what you want to see from the remaining players.
I would want offensive line,
Okay,
either guard or right tackle.
okay, the two
I
really
think
good
just
ones are gone, so that does.
yeah, I think just the right side of the line. I like the center to the left
Yeah,
where the Cowboys are at. Although if you found a true left that could then kick a current left into the right where I think they maybe belong more,
yeah.
that would be ideal. But
I do have thoughts here. The thought being, what if we kept Matthew Golden in state?
I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
Getting a good high caliber wide receiver next to CeeDee Lamb would be great. But I mean, I don't want to reach for players. So whatever you think is
I don't
best.
think
But
he's a reach. I think Matthew Golden. I mean, I do think he's the second. Well, him and Egbuka, it's kind of pretty close. But I think for what Dallas needs, I think Golden would probably be the pick.
well, I was kind of thinking I don't want to reach for a player in terms of taking an offensive lineman.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking.
That
It's like, I
shouldn't
don't
go
know
here.
who, in terms of offensive lineman, I don't know who would go this. So like Josh Simmons. He's still hurt. His recovery is going well, but also like I don't know. I've heard character concerns recently. I don't know how major those are, but there was one scout that called him kind
What
of.
about Isaiah Bond? What's the
Uh,
word on him?
Isaiah Bond. Yeah, think he think he
Double
might have-
meanings of the
think-
last name? What's going
yeah,
on?
think he might have done something bad recently. I'm just gonna take Matthew Golden here. I think that's a fun one. I think that's an instant impact, day one starter. Like, yeah, they need it. He's got it. Miami Dolphins. There's a lot they could do here.
Okay, Miami. I'm in Miami. Wait, who did you have going 12?
Matthew Golden.
Oh, you did. Okay, you did end up taking him. Okay.
Hi, kitties.
Um, I feel like I want to go edge. Let's go, or not edge. Well, maybe.
Yeah, the
I think
Bradley
it was.
Chubb injury, I think, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like, do they overreact to injuries that have kind of plagued them at that position the last little while? Maybe.
No, Chubb and Phillips though have a long both have like histories of injury, so I don't think
You know what? Let's
it's
go.
possible.
Let's go, Mike Green.
Mike Green. Speaking of sexual assault allegations.
Oh, he got something too?
Oh shit! Did you not lock that in yet?
Oh, I locked it in.
Okay, yeah, he's got two. He's got two separate ones, one from high school and one from college. So
God damn. Well,
nothing much came of either of them. It's just the fact
it's
that they're on
Miami.
two
He'll
of
be
them.
fined.
Yeah, nobody's behavior's ever gotten worse in the city of Miami. Oh dear, we may have we may have fucked that one up. Tyler Warren is still on the board. This is best case scenario for the Colts. They're running this to the podium. Not even thinking twice about it. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I didn't have anything else.
Okay.
Okay, so Tyler Warren, no other
No notes.
notes.
Yeah, no notes.
Okay.
There is simply no. I will say confidently, there is no shot Tyler Warren isn't the pick at 14 if he's there. There's simply no way. I mean, I could see him going to a few other spots here. I could see somebody trading up for him to try to jump Indy. Like if Denver trades with Miami to go get him, I don't think that's impossible. But anywho, yeah, I think I think Tyler Warren, pretty good shoe in there. Atlanta.
I'm either getting another weapon or we're rushing the passer. Because you got a young quarterback, so do you give him another weapon? Or give me a quick rundown on what's going on with James Pierce Jr.
It's a great question because I haven't heard anything specific about what he's done, but everybody says he's insane, and like that's corroborated by people that went to high school with him. That's multiple scouts saying he has one of the worst character reports in the draft. But also, I haven't heard a specific example of what he's actually done to earn that. So I'm sure it matters also, but at the same, like he probably won't go top 16. I think there's a good chance he still goes like back of the first round. There's so many edge needy teams at the end here. Like Detroit needs an edge, Washington needs an edge. It wouldn't shock me if Kansas City took another one. Philly definitely needs one. So
you know what? Let's just go with Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart. All right. Like me some Shamar Stewart. I think if the Falcons don't take an edge rusher here, I think the fan base might explode. Frankly, if they don't take an edge rusher. Cardinals. This is a fun one. This could be a lot of dudes. Plenty of dudes available.
Plenty of dudes.
They don't have like gaping holes right now. I think as far as corners go, like I think I have no idea where Will Johnson is going to go, to be totally honest with you, as far as like the injury goes, the athletic testing. Like I think this could be the spot, though. I think they need corner bad enough that's like.
If I'm a team in this range and I get Will Johnson, I would be pretty happy. I think.
Yeah. I think generally. So.
You watch the tape and you go, okay, this is what we're getting.
Well,
like that's great.
He looks faster on tape than the 40, and I think obviously that matters more. Like he chased down Matthew Golden one time, and it's like, well, if Golden runs a 4.29, I'm sure Johnson runs a little faster than.
This guy was just focusing on ball and interviews. He wasn't like, let me train for a track event.
Yeah, because he was recovering from the injury. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think we can go with Will Johnson here. They need corner. He's the best boundary corner available. Let's go with Will Johnson here.
This guy was like a top 5 projected guy, and then these testing numbers came in, and that changed. So, getting him at 16, you should feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I just for the Bengals, I just see the top defensive interior guy, and I'm just gonna select it.
Yeah.
Walter Nolan.
It's another one with alleged character concerns that could fall to round two, but we see hear about those guys every year, and a lot of them do end up going. Like Devondre Sweat went 35th overall last year after getting a DWI, and that turned out great. I mean, not 35th. He went to I don't remember what pick we had last year. He went like top of the 30s, like low 40s, but or yeah, high 30s, low 40s. But he was great. So yeah, Walter Nolan's totally fine pick here. I think for Cincinnati. Seattle. For the love of God, I'm gonna go. It's got to be interior offensive line here, right? Like has to be.
I mean, if it's a reach, it doesn't have to be.
I mean, it's not.
Look, my draft philosophy is biggest upgrade available.
I don't think
so
Ray Zabel's
wherever you see
18, that. Frankly, I don't think he is. I think this is like the earliest I would take it. I wouldn't take him much earlier than this, but like it wouldn't even shock me if Cincinnati took Ray Zabel at 17. But I think, especially Sam Darnold, like Sam Darnold handles outside pressure pretty well. Sam Darnold does not handle inside pressure very well. Sam Darnold cannot handle a collapsing pocket like from the inside. So beefing this interior, I think, is important to have for your offense to work this season. I'm taking Gray Zabel here. Listed as a tackle according to PFF, but he's almost certainly going to be playing guard or center in the NFL. So just find a spot for him there. Even then, he could be an emergency tackle. Both of Seattle's tackles have been hurt before, especially Abraham Lucas. So provides you some tackle insurance if Abe Lucas goes down, just because Gray Zabel knows how to do it. And probably your starting guard somewhere next year.
So the Bucks. Mm-hmm. PFF has needs listed as just DB.
I see edge and linebacker too, for me.
Yeah, but for me, well, because the top guys on the board right now are secondary players. Mm-hmm. Like when it says DB, what exactly do the Bucks actually need right now?
Shit. I mean, they could use a Jade Barron. They could. I think Jihad Campbell would be good here.
That's the other name I was thinking about, but
just like Levante Davis not getting any younger. You know, you're gonna need still playing good ball, but you're gonna need a replacement eventually. So.
Yeah, we'll go Jihad. I'm pretty sure this is a name that some people might see this mock draft and be like, "Why is this guy not gone already?"
Yeah. I mean, I think there's
we'll go Jihad.
Linebackers just don't typically go early, but he's also a really good linebacker, so I think that's totally fine. Denver. If Amarian Hampton was still on the board, I would take Amarian Hampton here. But we got some wide receivers available. We got Luther Burden. We got Emeka Egbuka. I do think Egbuka goes before Burden, so if I end up going receiver here, that's what I'll do. Kenneth Grant is available.
Well, I mean, they're not the same receiver, so.
They're not. I think. I don't know. I'd still take Emeka here for Denver. I'd take Emeka for both. I mean, they're both slot receivers. I would take Emeka for most teams. They're both slots who profile as like guys that could play Z in the NFL, but I think Emeka is just better.
I like Luther Burden more.
Fair enough. A lot of people do. I don't think the league does, though. I think there's a chance Burden could go day 2 as well, given not just the character concerns, but also I think he had such a weird year this year where he was like, it felt like he was almost never running at full speed. And I don't know, like the 40 time looked good, but like during the gauntlet drill, he was running really slow. He ran really slow during the go ball. Like, I don't know. I'm going to take Kenneth Grant here, bro. I did take Kenneth Grant.
Kenneth Grant.
Yeah,
where'd he go? Okay, here he is. Okay, Steelers. Man.
Ooh,
do they reach on a quarterback?
I don't think so. I think if Shedeur was here, they'd take him. I don't think they'd take Milroe here. I don't think they'd take Jackson Fart or anyone else. Frankly.
Jackson Dart, who will be going in the first round? Actually, I've got the inside scoop.
Of course, yeah, naturally. I don't think any other quarterback goes first round besides those two, and even then, I think Shedeur goes much later than expected, at least by fans.
Nah.
I don't think Dart or Milroe go first round. If it's one of them, I'd hope it's Milroe because I could at least convince myself like okay, they're drafting for tools. I don't know why anyone would sniff Jackson Dart with a first round pick, but
I'd be surprised.
yeah,
But
I would be surprised.
let's go. Hmm.
This could be Josh Simmons. Could see Malachi
You
Starks. That
think
makes sense.
you think T.J. Watt leaves the Steelers?
Not this season. No, I don't think so. This could be a wide receiver too. I wouldn't shock me if this was like Buka or Luther Burton.
I was kind of thinking you've got like two outside guys with Metcalf and Pickens.
Assuming Pickens stays.
Yeah, that's a
There's a
big
ton
if.
of their
I think no matter what, get another weapon. Fuck it, let's go Luther Burden.
Okay, Luther Burden, 21st overall. All right. Chargers need a weapon. Herbert needs a weapon. There's a tight end that Jim Harbaugh coached. Colson Loveland, slam dunk home run. No brainer.
Colson Loveland. All right.
This could be
Packers.
Packers are always a weird team to draft for. Who did we take last time? I think we took Jade Barron last time. No, I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I think because I think you
I don't
drafted
remember.
Jade Barron for somebody last time, and I had odds last time.
Yes, I did.
So I don't remember who that was for.
Me neither. But let's you know what? The Packers are the team to take James Pierce Jr.
Okay,
Wrangle him in.
James Pierce it is. All right. Vikings.
Skull, baby.
Skull, baby. Harrison Smith ain't getting no younger. Let's take Malachi Starks. Malachi Starks.
Malachi Starks.
Hershey.
God, when he retires, put Harrison Smith in the Hall of Really Good, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the Texans, let's run in Kelvin Banks.
Kelvin Banks. Gotcha.
I want Kelvin Banks Jr. to the Texans, who already needed offensive line help and then traded their best offensive lineman.
I will say, personally, for doubling back to pick 24 here, because Minnesota very well might try to move out of that, if Emeka Egbuka is still there at 24, I would like Tennessee to trade back into the first round and take him, to be quite honest with you. I do hope that happens. Just because I know Minnesota only has 4 picks, they very well might try to move back a little bit just to get another pick or two. I wouldn't
To be
mind
loud,
moving it.
honest.
We have a bunch of day 3 picks, so figure that out. The Rams. Let's take Josh Simmons. Let's do it.
All right. Sneaky Jackson Dart spot, though.
I'm about to unfollow you on all platforms. If that's okay. Oh, thank goodness. We've run out of Jackson Dart options at this point in the draft now that
we are. That was the last
run
one.
out of potential Jackson Dart. If
That
Jackson
definitely,
Dart makes
yeah.
it past the Rams, unless somebody trades up, we have run out of Jackson Dart real estate here. Thank goodness. So, yeah, this is fine.
Let's go Ravens. I don't know how to say his name, but what's the deal with
Donovan Ezeraku?
Ezeraku, yeah.
I think he could be gone by now, frankly. The fact that he's not, they're probably pretty happy about that. So,
Put it in. Make him a Raven, dude. He's going to be one of those draft picks where we're like, man, how do the Ravens always get like these really good guys?
I frankly cannot believe Jalen Walker is still on the board. The Lions need linebacker and edge. They'll figure something out with him. Let's take Jalen Walker here.
All right. All right.
Washington.
Man.
Ooh, this could be Johnny Barron. They let Saint or not? No, they have. They have Saint still. They let Saint Juice go, but if Saint still is starting slot, maybe they won't take Barron here. I don't know.
I mean, how good is Johnny? Is he just a point where you're like, you know what, this is just a great player at this point in the
one of the best
draft?
players available, and I mean, you could certainly Oh,
Because if their board, let's say hypothetically their board looked like the PFF board right here,
yeah.
you just take that guy.
Or you know
If
what?
you,
What do you call it? I was just to throw this out there. Emeka Egbuka's character profile was compared directly to Terry McLaurin's. So, and it's not listed. They absolutely need a receiver. I don't know why that's not shown. They 100% need a wide receiver. So, um,
let's go, Jade.
it sounds good to me. I don't think you can go wrong with either of
I
those
don't think their
guys.
offense was as much the issue.
No, I just think they'd be unstoppable with another great wideout in the room. Buffalo, edge, linebacker, corner. What edges do we have available to us here? Nick Scorton, Landon J. All the great edges are gone. I should say. I don't know that Scorton goes round one. I don't know. I don't love the way the board fell for Buffalo. Quite frankly, I think they would love Jalen Walker if he was still here, or Donovan Ezaraku. I think both of those two going back to back is very unfortunate for them. I don't know. Let's see, edge, linebacker, corner. I don't think they take Trey Amos this high. What other linebackers are there here? You know what? Is it insane to suggest that a team takes Demetrius Knight this high? I don't think it is. I think if you like him, fuck it. Let's take Demetrius Knight.
What position is he?
Linebacker, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. He was the first one listed.
Yeah.
Okay, the way you said it, I thought I was gonna have to scroll.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't make you scroll too far. I'm not taking a player in the hundreds.
Well, maybe you're like, hey, PFF draft board's wrong.
Cole Strange, yes sir.
All right, Chiefs.
Chiefs. I am Chiefs. This could be. This could be Tyler Booker. This could be Donovan. Donovan Jackson's listed at tackle. He's gonna play guard in the NFL almost certainly. So this could be Donovan Jackson here.
Well, if he could play guard, then let's give it to the Chiefs.
I was gonna say this could also be Josh Connerly, but that's fine too. You want to do Donovan Jackson here?
I already clicked it.
All right, that sounds good.
Champion Eagles.
This could be Egbuka. This could be. Oh, you know what? Perfect Milton Williams replacement since Walter Nolan's already gone. This could be Omar Norman Lott right here. I would love to see Omar Norman Lott get taken in the first round. Heavily underutilized by Tennessee this last season.
Then fucking do it.
I don't know.
Is he a situational player?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's bad against the run. I just think he's a phenomenal pass rusher. But the Tennessee rotates their defensive line so much because they were so deep that.
So he'll fit right in.
Yeah, certainly. Which is good. He's gonna play on third. Like he's gonna play the Milton Williams role. But like.
And if there was no issue with him doing that in Tennessee, no issue in Philly, no ego.
Be a good spot here for him. I think another thing with Omar is that what do you call it? Like the pressure percentage was insane for him. I think it was I don't remember what the number was. It was ridiculous. One of the most efficient. I think the most efficient interior pass rusher in the country. One of the most efficient pass rushers. Period. I think. I think Omar Norman. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
All right.
And then in this alternate reality where Emeka Egbuka is still on the board here, heading into the second round, I'm just gonna say he falls to 35, and that's where Tennessee takes him. But okay.
Who has 33 and 34?
Fuck. Probably Cleveland and the Giants, if I had to guess. You'd think I would know that. I don't. Yeah, that is important. That matters for sure.
Whoops. Round 2. Yeah, it goes Cleveland, New York, and then Tennessee. Which, in this draft, they just took Travis Hunter, who they're probably going to play at wideout, so maybe they wouldn't take.
Right. Cleveland probably
wouldn't take
Emeka.
And then New York
might take Emeka.
Yeah.
So
get another weapon, have Malik Neighbors and Emeka for Shador in this mock.
There's still plenty of wide receivers I would like at 35. Like if the Titans took Jaden Higgins or Jack Besh at 35, I'd love it. Like that's not a problem.
Okay. That's the mock.
That's the mock. Cam Ward to Tennessee, Travis Hunter to Cleveland, Shadur to the Giants. I'm not gonna name all these. Y'all watch the
Yeah,
damn
I'm gonna
episode.
take a quick recess. I'm gonna go grab a plate of food.
All right. Good luck. Good luck to you, partner. I'm gonna head back to the pull the Discord back up. Brayden is gone. So glad I turned my lamp on beforehand. Although I guess I could have waited until now. Brayden's not here. Let's see if any news has cropped up in this time frame. I doubt it, but it doesn't hurt. Don't think so. No, I don't see. Don't see anything. I miss Brayden. I miss Brayden. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to pause. I'm just gonna pause till he gets here. Yes. But no. I don't think I can. That's so lame. I can only stop the recording. I can't pause the recording. Okay, you guys are stuck here with me for a bit. I'm leaving this in. This is gonna stay in. If you make it this far, I appreciate you. Oh, is he coming? Hello? Handsome young man. Ooh, what a plate.
All right. Are we getting deep?
Let's get deep. Let's penetrate. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Beautiful.
All right.
Handsome.
Icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the coolest accent to have?
Ooh. Big fan. I like the Scottish accent. It's pretty cool. I do fucks with. I fucks with honestly any Spanish speaking accent. I think is pretty cool. Big fan. Any Balkan accent, fucks with it immediately. Russian's pretty cool. I like Haitian. Haitian accent's pretty cool. Lot of great accents, honestly. Most accents are awesome, except British.
A lot of them.
Fuck the British accent. Australian wipes.
You didn't name the coolest one though.
Did I now?
You haven't named the coolest one though.
Is that just American?
It's definitely the Irish accent.
No, I named Scottish.
Because then you just get to genuinely say, he's sort of like an evil person.
He's sort of like an evil person. Okay, fair enough.
He's sort of like an evil person.
Well, if you're
like,
Scottish,
that's just how you
can
talk.
just
That
say that
wins.
more aggressively. I don't know. Like Scottish is almost like just a more aggressive Irish accent. It's pretty similar. And that was the first one I threw out there. But yeah, he's sort of like an evil person. I haven't heard that one in a while. Probably because they've been broken up for.
I was watching back like some old. I was watching back a YouTube video from like a little while ago.
Yeah.
And they quoted it in there.
How the fuck
So it's been in my head all
Sabrina
day.
Carpenter? How the fuck you cheat on Sabrina?
Is that confirmed?
Yes, I'm like fairly certain that's what happened. Is that Barry cheated on her? How the fuck? How you going home to Sabrina Carpenter and you're like, I gotta smash something up? Ridiculous.
I don't know, and I know you're joking and not to be serious, but like it's never about the person you're with or even the person you're cheating with.
More often than not, no. It's the cheating itself. It's like you need that thrill or whatever.
And then, this isn't what you said.
Yeah.
But it's adjacent, so I just want to clarify. This isn't in response to what you said.
Right.
But a lot of times when someone gets cheated on, people are like, "But look how attractive they are. Look how attractive they are." And it's like sometimes I feel like it implies like if someone's unattractive, like you can cheat on them.
It's more.
And it's like that's not.
Like, it's at least like okay, if you cheat.
It's like what do you want?
If you cheat with somebody who's hotter, it's like you're an asshole. But like, I mean, I understand why you felt the need to cheat. I guess if you
You
are
logically understand it, even if you disagree with it.
right,
I
right.
get it.
Because it's more of like, okay, obviously you just aren't attracted to your partner, which is okay. But like, then just fucking break up with your partner then. Whereas
Yeah.
you can't tell me you're not attracted to Sabrina Carpenter if you're dating Sabrina Carpenter. So why the fuck are you cheating on Sabrina Carpenter? Is more
Yeah.
so not that it's okay to cheat on conventionally ugly people. It's just you logically.
We got to see who did
understand.
he cheat with? What if it's
You
just
know
like a
what?
completely different type
Put on the game
of person?
film. Put on the game film. I gotta, I gotta know. But run the
Like instead of like 5 foot nothing Sabrina, he was like, I actually just want to get like dominated by like a
I need
6'2".
Lenny Dimitrescu. Okay, sure.
Like what if it was Rhea Ripley and it was like, okay, that's just totally different.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a
different
okay.
strokes for different folks. Okay, whatever. Yeah, fair enough. But if it was like,
And
the
obviously,
same,
the answer to any time someone cheats is like you can never rationalize it because the first thing you do before you get to cheating is break up.
yes,
So like obviously, like we're just yokes
fair
here.
enough. Yep, all in good fun. Anywho, I would never cheat on you, Sabrina, if you're watching this. But um, she's not. But that's okay.
Don't. Hey, you never know. What if her like one of her weird hyper fixations is like finding
Yeah.
2 viewer podcasts and like checking in.
I don't know. We're gonna move on to the next.
What if she's like, how do I stay intact with like normal people?
Oh, fair enough.
I know. Anyways, deep.
Deep.
Win $50,000 or let your best friend win $500,000.
Let my best friend
Why?
win $500,000. The fuck?
Yes, that is also what I was going to pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although I did just mention today to my coworkers, like I was like, if I came into mysterious possession of $50,000 today, I would just stop coming to work. Like I'd figure it out, but I wouldn't be coming here anymore. I'd find a new job at some point. But
At $50K, that's all it takes?
that's more than a year's worth of money for me. Yeah, I'll quit my job that day and go find another one. Like
Same, but
yes,
I was like, hold on, let me.
yeah.
Yes, also same, but still, I don't think I would take a week off work.
It's
but like,
not
I don't think I
enough
would.
It's not enough for me to like be unemployed, but I would quit my job that day and start looking somewhere else because I just don't like my job very much. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate my job.
fair enough. If I liked my job, I wouldn't quit for 50K. But yeah, deeper.
How do you know when you found the one? I don't think I believe in the one.
I don't either. No, I think there's multiple people that exist on this planet that you could end up being happy with for any length of time. So circumstance.
It's just about you putting in the work and them putting it in as well. Like that's all.
Yeah, and it being mutually beneficial and you both liking what you're getting out of it.
It'd be cool to meet somebody and have my opinion changed on that, but
absolutely
never will. I don't think I will.
Not with that attitude.
Not in the sad way. It's because I just don't think it exists.
Yeah. Because
then it's also like, okay, they're the one. Does that mean I get to relax and not as put forth as much effort? Like that's not.
Like it doesn't change how you should approach the relationship from that standpoint. But yeah, that gets it.
Yeah. Wavelength.
Something like that. Let's do it. I shut my peepers.
Yes. And I pick a number. That's right. Okay, I picked a number.
All right. Assuming the best player at each position is the same caliber of player, give me a position to take first overall.
Okay, that's a good one. A good one. Kicker.
That's a 2. That's a 2, and only because punter would be the 1. Yeah, that's that kicker better be Justin Tucker without the massages, um, and without the fall off that we've seen the last couple of years too. It better be like prime Justin
Year.
Tucker for. It started the previous year. He was still a great kicker, but he was not quite himself. But yeah, especially exacerbated last year, of course.
Brandon Aubrey came in and was like, "Let me show you how to be a real kicker."
Give me yeah. Give me like rookie year Brandon Aubrey, but like every year for 20 years. That better be the case for a kicker if you draft him first of all. That's a 2, and I don't think I'm gonna waver from this 2 because 1 would be punter, and I think you knew 1 would be punter, and that's why you thought about it for a second. So, yeah, I'm just gonna find some fun little 2 out of 10s from you here. So, go ahead and give me. Um, Give me a color. Give me a color. Any color. Could be a specific shade or just general. Give me a color.
Um, maybe like a green, yellow, mucusy
Yeah.
color.
Yeah. Don't have to sell me on that being a not great color. I would have to agree with you there. Give me a Spider-Man love interest.
um, I don't even know if they're. I would assume they're not a love interest, but because it'll make sense why I'm still saying this in a second. But I'm gonna say the new. I think it's still called the new Ultimate Spider-Man, like the most recent run, Black Cat in that
Okay.
one.
All right. I don't.
I believe I heard. I'm not reading that line,
Yeah.
but I heard she's 16, and Peter's like adult, married.
Okay. So yeah, this would be a very bad love interest if she was. Yeah. Hard pass. Hard pass. Those wedges look fantastic, by the way.
They taste great.
Yeah, they look wonderful. Um, yeah, okay. Moving on. Show me.
School lunches made me think wedges couldn't be good.
Oh, they're very easy to mess up, but they're like the great wedges are great wedges. Like, goddamn.
And these are great.
Give me. I got 2 questions left. What else? What else can I get from you as far as this goes? Give me. Give me something. Give me an inconvenience of sorts while you're driving.
Would 10 be a super inconvenience?
10 would be like, oh, that's not too bad as far as inconveniences go. Whereas 1 would be like driving in the middle of a hurricane or some bullshit.
Okay. Then 2.
Is that so? It's okay. I knew the number as soon as you said kicker. Like that's fine. It's fine.
Driving in super heavy rain. That's not a hurricane.
Oh my. Okay, yeah. Let's go with. I got one more question. So go ahead and give me a Pokemon. Any Pokemon.
2's, I already said it. 2's an interesting one to do this for.
Not very many Pokemon I would rate this low.
Because there's not that many bad Pokemon. My 1
It's Torchic.
is locked.
It's Torchic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like after that, like I don't have any strong negative feelings.
I only have 1 Pokemon I have negative feelings for, and it's Watchog. Like Watchog is my 1. Like I fucking hate Watchog. That's it though. Like I don't even know what my 2 would be if I had it. I have a couple. Like I'd throw in.
I'll just say Quaquavel.
You know what? That's gonna do it for us today, folks. we probably, you know what? Actually, we won't be back same time next week. I'm blocking Brayden on all platforms, and no, okay, whatever. All right, final answer. 10, obviously. Yeah, 2. Lock it in. You can 2.
Good boy. Yes.
All right. Let me think of a number. All right, the audience has been privy to the number I've shown.
Okay. Give me a Pokemon gym leader.
I'm gonna go with Skyla. Skyla is from Gen 5. She's the flying type gym leader.
Flying type. Which
6th gym.
6.
6th gym.
Interesting. Let me look her up. Me.
When I'm doing this, I'm factoring in their team, their character design, and also their gym design. If I'm thinking of like ranking gym leader, because there's so many, there's so much criteria. Brayden's first boner caught on camera for the.
She got that shit on. That's a good fit. I gotta know what to tell you.
She's pretty. Yeah.
That's a good. Hey, that's a great one.
Hey, you're gonna have a good time when we play Gen 5, man. We got Elisa too. Couple of bad gym leaders. Yeah. Roxy in the next game.
She's pretty. She gets a Gen 5 bump. I think we're higher. I'll just say 8.
Okay.
Give or take 2, like 2 points. I got this,
Yeah.
Don't know too much. All right, let's okay, give me a potential first round NFL draft prospect.
Okay, potential first round NFL draft prospect. So I'm gonna go. This is so weird because there's so many of these guys that are like the same number, because there's such a small difference between like the 15th best player in this class and then like the 40th best player in this class. So
right.
Go ahead and give me. It's an interesting one. Let's go with Josh Simmons.
Okay.
We'll go with Josh Simmons.
That feels like I mean, he's a tackle. I feel like the position value alone kind of helps him here.
Yeah.
Maybe we're like 7-6. Maybe we're like 7-6. Okay. Give me. All right. Let's go with. You know, you're at a grocery store. You're in the meat section.
Meat.
Give me a meat that you would find there.
Let's go with. Let's go with 90-10 ground beef. 90%.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll go with
right.
90-10 ground beef.
Okay, I'm feeling 7. I don't know what would like why that's making me feel 7. It just feels like good, solid meat that you enjoy, but it's not some like high end steak or something, you know. So it's not like 10. It's not chicken nuggets, dude. So it's not like 9.
Well, you don't find chicken nuggets in the meat aisle. You find that in the frozen food. But yeah, I get it.
I guess I meant just any meat
Oh,
in
okay. I'm thinking like specifically
but
like go to the like where the meats is at.
the butcher.
Yeah,
You're chopping it up with butch.
you can't say that word.
That's not your word.
You can say butcher if you want though.
I'll give you the pass. Okay, let's just go with flavor of gum.
You've asked. That's your fourth question now, right? I think because there was Skylar.
I think so.
And then
Skylar, Josh Simmons,
and 90-10. Okay.
90-10.
Ground beef. Okay, so you said what was the last one? I'm so sorry. This most recent question.
Oh, that's a good question. What did I ask? Oh, flavor of gum.
Okay, I knew flavor is something. Flavor of gum. Let's go with some spearmint. Let's go with some spearmint.
Yeah, I'm feeling 7. Like this is the average kind of thing you go for, but since it's what you go for, it's better.
What is that?
I got Polar Ice.
Okay, yeah. Can I have one? Can you slide me one?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, grab your piece.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I'm feeling 7. Like it's the safe, good option. You know, it's a little better than average.
Yeah.
All right, give me.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, one more. I think.
Give me a sexual act.
I've got one that's been on my mind lately that I don't think is
Okay.
right for this one, but it's just in general. I got one that's been on my mind.
Well, feel free to share, regardless.
Okay. This one's a 10 out of 10. That's why it's not applicable here. Spoilers, this isn't 10.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert! It's not 10. It's one of the other 9 numbers. Sucking on titties. I have titties to suck on in a minute. All right, I need to. I might.
Oh, you think you're gonna drop, brother?
I might just go postal if I don't get some boobs in my mouth within the next 2 to 3 business days. So I don't know. I need boobs. Anywho, sorry for being horny on Maine.
I need boobs.
Sexual act that would be in the realm of what I'm thinking. I'll just say getting my dick sucked. Yeah, I think that fits this one just fine.
God, everything feels like 7. I'm going with 7. Final answer.
Lock it in.
Yes.
It was 12. Yeah, it was 7.
Let's go.
Okay.
When was the last time we both got it?
It's probably been a minute. So Skyla. She's hot. This was one thing. Certainly helps. Great.
Yeah, I noticed.
Design in both games. I like the gym gimmick in both games. In black and white, it's like you get shot out of these cannons to get to the other side of the gym until you get to her. And then the other one, it's like you got these wind turbines that start spinning really fast. That'll knock you back if you're not standing behind cover within the allotted time. So cool gym design. What holds her back is just her team's just not very good in either game. So not an altogether difficult battle, but also cool lore.
I kind of looked at it with like a little like.
Yeah. She also flies you to the next town over in black and white too. She does fly you to the next your next objective as well, which is pretty cool. So she's cool in general. I like her. I think Skylar's pretty cool. But yeah, her team does hold her back. That's why she's a 7.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I think I know what it's time for now.
Yes.
Top 3 of the week. Normal type Pokemon.
Yes, sir. All right. So normal. I'd say I'm a pretty normal guy. So you're a pretty
Yeah.
normal guy. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
normal's good. Normal's good. Normal's
Yeah.
not a bad thing. And there's some bangers here that
I mean, we're pro normal. I mean, when we were ranking evolutions we'd want to see, we both had normal
in top three.
up there.
Number three, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Because I think I had.
I think mine was 4.
Maybe because I thought we both had normal at 3, and then you had ghost at 1, dragon at 2. I had ghost.
I know we had ours flipped there.
Yeah, but I know we had the same top 3, and I think normal was the other one. I could be wrong, but
Did I delete that note? Hold on.
I still have it. I'm positive. I know.
Let me see if I got that note.
So I probably do.
Okay, yeah, no, I did have normal at 3.
Yeah, I thought I did too.
Then yeah, I think we had the same top 3.
Shit.
I think we did the same top 3
What
then.
day was yours? Like what date?
It says edited January 8th.
Oh yeah, okay. I had my MVP, like my NFL honor stuff on the same note. That's why. Okay, yeah. Dragon 1 goes to normal 3 is what I had. So yeah, I think you and I just had dragon and ghost swapped. But yeah, normal type Pokemon are pretty cool. I fucks with them. So you go first, I believe. So if you'd like to.
Yeah, so my number 3 is, it really just stems from me having a favorite holiday and loving to incorporate different things into that holiday, including catching Pokemon in Pokemon Go, having 8 of these Pokemon, all with specific names. I went with Stantler as my number 3, as I have all of Santa's reindeer, I think including a Rudolph, in my phone, in Pokemon Go.
You got a shiny Stantler, call it Rudolph.
Yeah, I think that's the one. I think I do have one. I think there's like a community day for Stantler, maybe. But anyways, Stantler's my number 3. And it's really just from that, just from the love of Christmas and it kind of fitting that aesthetic and vibe. Yeah. It puts it at number 3. Your number 3, sir.
I got another Pokemon that's name starts with an S and a T.
Okay.
This one a little more close to home for me. Home being the Unova region. I'm with Stoutland. This is a stout Pokemon.
Obviously, I looked at Stoutland a little bit,
I like me some Stoutland. So, he's got that dogging. So, big fan. Big fan. I think he's adorable. I think the whole line's pretty cool. And he gets intimidated. Doesn't hurt. One of the probably the best ability in the game. So, shout out Stoutland.
Competitively, for sure.
Yeah, would not complain if I got a Lillipup on the team early on when we get to Gen 5. Totally fine with me. I like this Pokemon a lot. Pretty decent move pool, too. Totally. I think it gets Earthquake. I know it gets Crunch. Strength is a good normal type move. Return as well. Good.
I mean, when you're a normal type, you usually got access to a decent little bit of coverage.
More often than not, they get some bangers. So yeah, Stoutland it is number 3. Your number 2, sir. What are we staring at?
My number 2, and I think this Pokemon will be discussed later in yours as well. But for my number 2, I went with the embodiment of potential. When one road can lead to many different outcomes, many different possibilities, many different evolutions of this one Pokemon, and hopefully we get another this year in Legends Arceus or Legends EA. I'm still holding out hope. I got Eevee at number 2.
Bagger.
It's now like a secondary mascot for the whole company.
It deserves it, frankly.
And it's just a cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think it was the first Pokemon was with a split evolution. I think it was the only one that had it in Gen 1.
Yeah, because Tyrogue didn't exist yet. And
so I think it was the only one.
So Gloom couldn't evolve to do Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was the only one in Gen 1 with a split evolution. Yeah. And if you take a look at its name, it kind of, you start to see, oh yeah, this whole thing is just about evolution in the game. The stone mascot, dude. But anyways, yeah, evolutionary stones. Your number 2, sir.
Number 2, we've got Porygon 2. Fitting name for the Pokemon to have at this spot. I love Porygon Z. I have more of a relationship with Porygon 2 than I do Porygon Z, frankly. I just do.
I just watched, I think I rewatched, like a Wolfie video, and he was talking about, I think this one was talking about Johto Pokemon, but he also has it for best unevolved Pokemon. I'm pretty sure he has Porygon 2 is just the best unevolved Pokemon ever.
I think it is.
Not fully evolved, I should say.
Slap an Eviolite on this bitch. It's fantastic. It is
Run
super
Trick Room.
bulky, phenomenal, great attack too. It gets great coverage. Like obviously Tri-Attack for the stab, but then you can straight up run Tri-Attack and then Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and Flamethrower to get the actual like effects of Tri-Attack on your other moves. It gets a couple other things too, but in general, good coverage moves. Great wall, hits pretty hard. Just a really great Pokemon design too. I love it. Big fan. I like it. I like it more than Porygon Z. I like Porygon, the whole Porygon line. Porygon 2 is my favorite.
Yeah, it's a great line.
Fitting spot here at number 2. Going with Porygon 2. I've used it before as well. I've used Eviolite Porygon 2 in competitive before. Fantastic. Hi, kitty. I have a cat. You're number 1, sir. I apologize.
My number 1 is a Pokemon that might be a lot of people's first Pokemon they ever actually caught. Not were given, but caught. This Pokemon has a special place in my heart because I'm a big Game Grumps fan, as I've said before. When talking about Pokemon, their Fire Red series has had an effect on one of who my favorite Pokemon are. That includes this one, a Pokemon I failed in my own Pokemon Red Nuzlocke. It became the first Pokemon I ever lost to a Nuzlocke. I got Rattata sitting at my number 1 normal type Pokemon.
Okay.
Shout out Wednesday. Shout out Wednesday and shout out Nert. That was the name of the one in the Game Grumps playthrough. They put him in the daycare, and then it was a running joke for the rest of the show, being like, "Oh shit, we got that fucking rat that's training up, dude. He's probably fucking strong as hell right now." And they did eventually pull him out, and he was part of that championship team. Didn't do anything, but was a part of the championship team. But that me having a sad story. Actually, it's fucking graved in here.
But you'll never forget to bring antidotes again.
Yeah, I'll never forget antidotes again because of Wednesday.
Shout out.
But yeah, that is my favorite normal type Pokemon. Your favorite normal type Pokemon, sir?
Like you said earlier, this one might crop up again. It will. It's Eevee.
I forgot to show these off. I have like some
pretty
packs here with like all the Eevee lines on them. I'll be opening up on stream soon.
Nice.
It's got all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Eevee. I don't need to sit on this one. I don't need to build any suspense. It's Eevee. I love Eevee. I love Eevee. I don't need to spend too much time here. Shout out Eevee.
I mean, you said in the group chat earlier that it
one of my favorites. It's
starting to compete for the favorite.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. I think. I still don't.
But you're not allowed to use them in Nuzlocke for some reason. That's an interesting.
Dude, don't fucking remind me. 2 straight flinches and then a crit, and that's how I lost the Eevee. I couldn't believe it. I was so pissed.
I forgot how you lost the first one.
Fucking
in the red Nuzlocke.
I think I forgot to switch, or I meant to switch and accidentally clicked fight or something. I was like, I don't know. I was like running on autopilot and then didn't realize what I was doing, and then just lost the Eevee.
Yeah, well, I mean, mine both died as well, but both died in the finale of the runs.
It's gotten
evolved though.
It's gotten to the point where I'm using an evolution in like all of my casual playthroughs of Pokemon now. Like in my
well, because it's also so versatile. Like you get it, you have your team composition, and then you're like, well, I could just turn this into this, and it'll fit.
Yeah, like my Renegade Platinum playthrough, I've got Umbreon. In my most recent Scarlet playthrough, I had Vaporeon.
Which is what I did. Yeah, which is what I did for the Heart Gold. Sorry to speak over you. Which is what I did for the Heart Gold one, where like I had that Eevee. I was like, let me just put this in the daycare, and if something bad happens. Something really bad, something like 2/3 bad happened. I was able to be like, all right, now I know what you need to be. Become that, please.
You locked in though. You won the lock still. Pretty cool.
I did, but it cost me that Eevee or that at the time Espeon.
Well, speaking of Espeon is what I used in my most recent White 2 playthrough.
And that Espeon I had was named after someone very important to you that I let die that you told me you'd be very upset with me if they died.
Yeah.
And that happened.
Who was it named after again? I forget.
Haley.
I was going to say it was Haley Williams.
Haley Williams.
Yeah. Okay.
And you were like, if this Pokemon dies,
well,
I'm like, don't worry about it.
Espeon is like moved into first place of my favorite evolutions, so it's another thing. You let an Espeon die, which is, I love Espeon.
Not to be too open right now. I got to poop. You want to speed through the?
Yeah, I don't have too much to do here. You first though. You first for what you've been what
Okay,
we've been
so
on
for
this
what we've been
season.
on, I've been playing through the post game of the Heart Gold run on stream, and the team is like bad composition wise because I still released the two Pokemon that died at the end of the champion
Uh,
battle because I was like they died. Let
they
me
died.
release
Yeah,
them at
fair
least.
enough.
That'll be the final part of that. So the team is just like it's like heavy fire type fucking, and I just was fighting Misty, and I just was like, I beat her, but it was just an annoying hell to get to it because I also had to train up this Nido King, and I have this Golem on the side that I was like, oh, I'll swap it out for like a legendary bird, and I'm seeing like, oh, you can't even really get them until you get the 16 badges, and I'm like, why the fuck is everything cool over in Kanto hidden behind these badges? Because also the starters that you can get in this game
Yeah, a lot
are
of them
hidden
are
behind the
legendary.
16 badges.
Well,
Because you can get the Kanto and the Hoenn starters.
yeah.
You can get the Kanto at Oaks Lab, obviously, and then you get the Hoenn ones at Silphco.
Well,
It said.
plus, not to mention Gollum and Nidoking, your entire team's still weak to water.
Yes, that is besides the point. The only one that wasn't weak was Gyarados,
Yeah,
who knew Thunder, who was my Thunder user, but it's still he's a physical attacker and it's not stab, so
he wasn't doing
it's
wasn't doing a ton.
it was this move that wasn't doing as much as it should. That was also not accurate, so big problem. But yeah, that I'll just say that's probably the most right now. Because right now I've got my plate full of making these videos and getting this stuff ready and up, but
Yeah,
and working overtime at work.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. What I've been on. What you been on?
I will say, as far as Gyarados is concerned, like how important it was to my run when we played Pokemon Red. The fact that I had to bring it onto my team because I did lose a Pokemon. I think against Claire, or either right that or right afterwards because that fucking Magneton. I lost. I lost Pokemon to a Magnemite and to a Magneton in that run. I lost my Dragonair to the Magneton in Kanto while I was on the way to Baby Get Down. I'm on the way to
I
Victory Road.
totally forgot.
Yeah.
Just the most side note, because this is unrelated to everything we're talking about. The Dallas Wings finally drafted. We finally got to draft Paige Beckers.
Which
The city of Dallas might like basketball again.
maybe a little bit.
Probably not. Honestly, probably not. I know I'm still like burnt. Like I'm going to tune into the. I'm burnt out on sports as a whole because of everything that's happened with Dallas sports. But I'll tune into the Stars playoff run, and I'll definitely at least watch the opening game and maybe against the Fever for sure for the Wings. But we'll see.
Yeah, but I was gonna
Anyway,
say
back
how
to you.
important the Gyarados was to my run in Pokemon Red. For me to add it to my team right before the Pokemon League, and then for me to sweep Lance with the Gyarados, cool stuff there. I did get a lot of mileage out of that Gyarados. For the little time it spent on my team, it was a hugely important member of the championship run. And then also didn't get to talk about this because we didn't do a pod at all last week. Jane Remover released her album. Kind of a surprise drop, but not really because she had a tweet that was sent out. It was a blank tweet at 4:04 p.m. So I was thinking like, okay, she's hinting maybe she'll drop April 4th, and she did. So, ton of really good albums dropped that day actually.
So a surprise to the
To the uninitiated, but to the terminally online, I was like, okay, I figured this was coming. So, album of the year so far for me, but also Black Country New Road released their album, which was pretty good. New Djo album. He's of course Joe Keery, the guy who plays Steve in Stranger Things. He's also kind of music career, pretty good music.
Yeah, he had one song that was like super viral on TikTok. I think.
End of Beginning. I think has like over 1 billion plays now or something like that. Yeah, super. Yeah, that song blew the fuck up. Yeah, that was the one. Who else? Two Hollis, new Two Hollis album. New Panchico album. That rollout had been going on for a few months at that point. So there was something else I listened to that I don't remember, but it sounded very derivative of Deftones. But yeah, those are the 6 albums that came out that previous week that I heard. I didn't hear anything that came out last week. Wasn't interested in anything. But the Jane album, yeah, phenomenal. She sampled Palkia's Cry over 100 times in the album. One of these days I'm gonna listen to it and just count how many times the Palkia Cry gets sampled, because it's not like just the cry straight up most of the time. It's very woven into the beat of the song.
Sure.
There's like one song where it is just straight up Palkia's Cry, like as the signaling for like what's coming next in the song. But Yeah. I need to listen and just count how many times I hear it overall. But she sampled the fuck out of, and then she did an interview with Anthony Fantano recently, and he asked her about it, and she was like, "That's just a sound on my soundboard." Like she does play Pokemon, but she's like, "I spammed it because it's just what was available, so I just kept using it because it was there, but it wasn't as intentional as like you might think." Which I thought it was intentional because she does play Pokemon a lot. Like whenever she goes on a plane, she'll take a picture of the game she's about to play on the flight. So like, I don't know. She loves Pokemon, but yeah, Palkia sample to the moon. That's probably it for me. If that's it for you. Oh, I've been playing the Old Republic MMO a lot recently. Star Wars is cool. I love it, man. Shout out. But yeah, that's it for me. I think I also have to poop. So you and I might
I
need
got
to.
one last thing. I'm going to Worlds, and I will be carrying this with me everywhere on the off chance.
Yeah.
If I meet Wolfie by any chance, I'm going to try to get him to sign this.
Incredible
So I'll
stuff.
just be carrying around this amiibo the whole time.
Yeah. Incredible stuff.
But yeah, now that's it for me.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. As always, the next episode will be over on Brayden's channel. If you're still here at this point, we love you. Big kisses. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Peace out.